Want to be in the video. That's so cute. I think this day everything is like hectic. I don't know, it's just me, or since since we have AI and we have like automatic result and everything else, suddenly like the world just feel faster. Like it feel like it move faster. Yes, maybe on one side it feels like everything feels easier, everything feels effortless, but you know, everything feels more instant. And I don't think that's great. When we want something and suddenly, like for example, you want food, and then maybe in the past, like in the hunter-gatherer era, it's like you must, if you want food, you must gather it by yourself, and then you must cook it first, and then you cannot just appear it by themselves. But now, since like the digital era, maybe on one hand, yes, it is easier, but since everything is easy, like we want like really fasting. And the downside of it, it's like when even when we get everything that we want, when we have every single thing that we want, it's just it never felt enough. And I don't think it will never feel enough ever. And I also remember that this morning I was losing my iPhone. Yesterday I was losing my iPhone. And then, I was like, you know, anxious and some kind. And so in the morning I pray, and then yeah. And then after that I type in a Google that how. Okay, so then I find in my phone area, and then after, and long story short, I found my iPhone. And after that, what did I just felt like, okay, there you go, like I found my iPhone. But it's not in the sense that I am grateful, but in the sense, okay, so now I find my iPhone, then what should I do? And maybe should reply to all of the work. But like, remember that today should supposed to be an off day, because today is like Hari Buruh, which a labor day in Indonesia, which everyone should not be working. But I think one of the problem, especially in Indonesia, like everything have blurry time. Like everyone is so used of like working, of handling work, even if they should be resting, even if it's the weekend, even if the you know like it's literally holiday, it's literally a day where you should not be working anything, working any second. No, no, no. And then like I don't know, it's like we live in a society where we always chase after things. We always chase things after things. And then it really never felt like there is enough. It really, there is, and I think we as a society have lost our sense of play, have lost our, just doing the things just because we love doing things, just doing things of life. doing things without digital, without internet. Because if one day there will be no Wi-Fi, no internet, no battery, no electricity, we would go insane. Like seriously, I think we are, yes, like this advancement of everything, but we also, on the other hand, cannot let ourselves be dependent to the thing that human created, because every single thing, like every single artificial things that are created in this world by hand, by human, is not going to last. I mean, there is like an expired date into it. So, you know, we must get back to nature. We must get back to our sense of self, just play and not taking things too seriously. I think most of the times I notice myself that I take things too seriously and I take things too personally. Like even if you're just cooking something and then you fail at something and babe, it's just a carrot. I mean, so what? So what if you fail? So what if you like make a bad art, make an art that doesn't sell? I mean, you cannot sell everything, and like that's not the point of living life. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, that we forget the sense of playing like making something. I mean, that's why like recently I am really into like making clay, and then instead of you know making something beautiful, I mean beautiful is like aesthetic and some kind that you really see in pictures, and I tried but it doesn't look like that. But that's why I'm kind of embracing like coloring everything and don't really know what will it turns out. But if you are watching this, I mean, let's play together. I mean, make something, like turn into your creativity, connect again with your creativity, and not in a way that it's so rigid that your creativity needs to produce some kind of result, need to produce some kind of like profit. Nah. And yeah, sometimes when you touch like with your inner child, I mean playing really good, like activating, like connecting again with my inner child. And then I really hate when people always says that, babe, you are so a child, you're like a child, you act like a child. So what? So what? Like I think like this adult, this grown up adult, always mistaken like being childlike and childish. If you are childlike, it doesn't mean that you are childish. Childish is like people always think about themselves and don't, you know, like don't really care about other people and always think about themselves. But being childlike, what I mean is that you see every single thing from the eyes of wonder, just like a child. Like this is the first life you see the world, and then you just see the world with such an like amusement, like everything is a magic, like the eyes of wonder, and that's what I want to. That's where the space that I want to be in. And we must like making an effort to keep coming back to that childlike wonder that always lives inside of us. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2 because I'm not done yet. And then I'm excited to see. I really have no plan what this, like poetry says, pain looks like. Bye bye.